general things about a Pisces sun sign in regards to romance before we get into the individual signs?
Well, I think anytime we're talking about romance, we're talking about a person's, first of all, fundamentally understanding a person's needs and drives. And Pisces, being a water sign, and being a mutable water sign, what that means is that emotion, intuition, compassion, imagination, these are huge in the world of Pisces.
So I could see this sign being a lot more creative in nature.
It's quite creative.
Okay.
And healing.
Healing is a good word for that too. So a muted water sign.
It's a mutable water sign, meaning that Pisces are able to be very adjustable to their environment and to those around them.
Sounds like a lot of more strong feminine energy to me.
Very feminine sign, actually,
so
in
like
terms of
receptive
the yin-yang
Yeah.
concept of femininity. So very receptive, very intuitive.
What about Pisces and Gemini? So water and fire, or water and air.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, and they are both mutable signs in that they both tend to have a lot of flexibility relative to some of the other signs. Gemini are very sociable, very curious, they're very active as well.
Yes.
They have that in common with Aries.
Right.
And they are charming. And I think that is very appealing to, that charm is very appealing to Pisces. And they're fun-loving, and that's very appealing about Gemini. They, however, like Aries, can get bored if things don't keep changing up, and again, they might not be able to sustain in a long-term relationship with Pisces. Again, seeing Pisces as maybe being a little too, I want a better word than emotional neediness,
Right.
but it might be perceived that way by Gemini. And Pisces might just be confused about, where are you going so quick?
Yeah.
I was just getting
What
used
are
to
we
this.
doing? Yeah,
I was
exactly.
just getting used to this, and I
All of
liked
a
it.
sudden it changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny. I can see Gemini from the sounds of it pulling Pisces out of its shell a little.
I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think
Yeah.
there is a potential for a lot of fun, and I'm sure that there is potential for relationship compatibility as long as Pisces needs eventually for appreciation and security
Yeah.
are met, and Gemini's needs for exploration and independence, freedom.
And that's where compromise comes in.
There you
So
go.
if it's worth it, you'll make the compromises, I suppose, to stay together.
Yeah.
I always like to talk about a very good point that you bring up, that we shouldn't put all of our stock and thoughts into the sun sign compatibility, because like you mentioned, there's a lot more to it.
That's right. Well, so perhaps when we're talking about Pisces, we can be open to the thought of Pisces sun. But if you happen to know that you're a Pisces moon or a Pisces ascendant, some of this information may relate, and vice versa. If you know that your partner or friend shares ascendant or moon sign with some of the other signs that we're discussing, maybe that will help us to see that it's not just sun-sign compatibility we're looking at the rising sign, attitude, and the way others perceive us and receive us, and the moon sign, our soul, and certainly Venus and Mars come in to play anytime we're talking about attracting relationships and the fire and passion of relationships.
Right, because to a true astrologer like you, now that I've witnessed a complete astrological chart, there really is so much more happening than just your traditional sun signs. The So we want you to keep that in mind when we're talking about compatibility, referring to sun sign compatibility. And as we've said before, remember to love yourself first before you go trying to love anyone else, because then no matter what your sign is, it makes it a lot easier. And thanks for watching.
Bye-bye, thank you.